Latoya, here she comes. She comes to bring you joy. She comes to bring you love. She comes to bring you awareness. She comes to bring you joy.
Latoya.
She comes to bring you love.
Here it comes.
Latoya, Latoya, here she comes. She comes to bring you joy. She comes to bring you love. She comes to bring you awareness. She comes to bring you joy. She comes to bring you love.
Hello, optimistic family of the 7 Seas. Your girl Latoya is back with more conscious thoughts, more ways to help yourself and your soul grow. Yeah. Guess what, optimistic family? As always, I am again bringing you love, joy, and happiness. I missed you guys so much. Oh my goodness, it's been too long. But that means what I have is marinating. You know what I mean? Marinate. To marinate something, y'all. It is to make it spicy, more delicious, more common, more inviting, memorable, all that good stuff. So guess what, optimistic family? Yes, today's message is very special. So before I present to you or outline or a little talk for this week, I would like to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See it in my show notes, the link, and my Podbean, and that is latoyatheoptimist.com. Yay! /podbean.com. Okay, my YouTube link is also my show notes. This way, you're notified. Yes, royals, you are notified when a new content is released, fresh from my spring. Yes. I would also like to remind you to support positive talk. Now, why am I asking this? Well, in order to support positive talk, you're going to click on the link in my show notes. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. Okay? And just see the specific link in my show notes. Buy me a coffee. And let's go coffee drinking. Now, don't drink too much now, okay? For real. But anyway, so with your support, optimistic family, you are saying, you're telling me, okay, you're saying, Latoya, please produce more frequent free content, right? And you know what? Why not support positive talk, okay? This is life coaching. This is my way of teaching you, and this is my way of reaching not only 1, 5, or 10, but millions of people, right? Why? Because it's not only for me. I am being guided by a spirit that is way above all of us, that control all things, and I'm also being trained in the process. So journey with me, okay, by buying me a coffee. Again, optimistic family, any amount of donation will be appreciated. All right, I'm giving you the heart finger now. So again, optimistic family, may I present to you now the layout or guide for our talk for today, as promised, as you see in the show notes. Today's topic is titled, What Spirit Guides You? Yes, I know I'm asking a question, and yes, the title is a question. Trust me, it's going to get better, okay? So once again, the topic is what spirit guides you, okay? I want you to ask yourself a question. I think I've done this a couple times in my previous episodes. So I asked you, we're pretending like you met with me in one of our coaching sessions together. We talked, and I said, here's a series of questions. Answer them first before you return and talk with. In this scenario, you're just going to answer the question, what spirit guides you? I'll give you more clarification, but really, let's be serious. What spirit guides you? Is it your spirit? Is it you? Is it your spirit itself guiding you? What spirit guides you, family? What spirit guides you? Okay, no worries. Again, I'll present some of my theories and I'll answer the question. I may provide some individual on some stuff I'm going to look up. I'm not sure. As I wrote this and I'm reading it to you, I'm not going with the flow. I am being led and I'm being trained. So here goes. Yes, it was pre-written, but at times I have to modify it based on what resonates out of me or in my mind or in my spirit. So also optimistic. I have another question. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so here's the question. Again, what is a spirit? So I say, what spirit guides you? But now I'm asking you, what spirit guides you? Now the question is, what is a spirit? You're like, what? Yeah, what is a spirit? Now you're like, oh, I'm intelligent, and listen, just go with the flow in this scenario. What is a spirit? Now don't go running away listening to the rest of this episode. I am asking you, please. I asked you 2 questions so far. What spirit guides you? And first answer this one. What is a spirit and what spirit guides you? Those are the 2 main questions I need you to please answer before you continue listening to the rest of this episode. I promise you it will worth your time. Again, you want to answer these 2 questions when you're peaceful, no drama free, hopefully, and you're in a good space, in a good mental space, okay? Try to be, please. If you now recently, we just celebrate here in America. We just celebrate what we called Halloween. Yes, so here in America we celebrate Halloween. It's just a few days ago. I'm not sure. I believe in certain culture, they may consider this a religious act. So it might be so rooted in them. They consider this some sort of religious act, such as, to be more specific, like worshiping the dead. You optimistic family, remain seated. Please don't get scared. Remain seated. It's creepy week today, okay? Now, here in America, again, on October the 31st, many, and not only here in America, but many countries across the world celebrate Halloween in some sort of way. It seems to me that it's widely accepted from what I'm seeing here in America, it's widely accepted by a lot of families, especially families with children, I want to ask this question here. Yes, a question. I'm like the question lady. I want to ask this quick question to those with kids and without children. Do you even understand the meaning of Halloween and why? It feels like the norm, but I'm going to say, why is it the norm of our society? Do you know does it feel like the norm to you? And why does it feel like the norm? And do you understand the reason why it's now normalized in our society? I don't understand that either. So let's have a talk. As I prepared this, right, I have to say to you, I did do a little digging. And that little digging, I'm telling you, was starting to get a little creepy and a little hoo-hoo. So again, we're talking about going towards Halloween and spirit worship and all that good stuff. And I want to make it conscious to you that Halloween is not only celebrated in America, but other parts of the world celebrate it in different ways, and they call it other things. But the purpose of our conversation today is not to talk about Halloween, but to ask you why do you celebrate Halloween? And if it's not considered Halloween, why is this type of Halloween or you're celebrating? Why is it a norm? Why have you accepted it? And I want to bring you conscious to asking yourself this question, because there's a reason why I'm asking this question as I go along here reading my script, and hopefully I stay in stress. So again, the reason for asking you questions periodically through this conversation, again, optimistic family, is to bring consciousness. You're gonna hear me say this word pretty often, and if you are a client of mine, you're going to hear me say this a lot. I might even have this in my office, or I might even carry it on my suitcase, or my, post it on somewhere. Consciousness is everything. You just need, if you're not conscious of nothing, I don't know that it's just like, it's like walking blind or not seeing or hearing anything. It's just not good. Consciousness gives you understanding, and in order for me to, we need to ask question, to try to come to a resolution and stuff. So again, I'm asking why celebrate Halloween or anything that's considered reaching out to the walking dead or darkness? Why do you consider it fun? Why do you consider it fun? Ask yourself this. Why is it fun to you? What about pain painting your scary things on your arms and legs and your face and wearing costume with bloods. Optimistic family, what are you portraying? What spirit are you inviting in your backyard, in your soul? Why? My question is why? I don't care if it's fun. I want you to ask your question. Why do you celebrate anything that is similar to Halloween or Halloween? And why be a part of this type of celebration or cultural practice, which I consider practice of darkness? Why? Just to keep you on track, the question I asked so far is, what is a spirit? What spirit guides you? How can an individual be guided by other spirit other than their own? Is it right to be a part of any type of celebration or cultural practice that uplift darkness or spirit worship? A lot of questions, right? See, now if you didn't pause earlier like I asked you with the first two questions, kindly please stop, and I want you to sit and please see if you can answer these questions. Again, I'll repeat them. What is a spirit? What spirit guides you? How can an individual be guided by other spirit other than their own? Is it right to be a part of any type of celebration or culture practice that uplift darkness or spirit worship? Optimistic family, if this topic makes you uncomfortable, if it makes you it hasn't made you uncomfortable yet, well, guess what? You're not alone. I am very uncomfortable talking about this, okay? Very, very. But guess what? The blind cannot lead the blind. I think I know what I'm saying when I say that. The blind cannot lead the blind. And like always, I am compelled to have this conversation and ask you these questions. Now, it's going to be unlikely that any of you or most of you will never approach me and ask me, or maybe come to me and say, Latoya, I'll pay you to help. Can I pay you to help me learn or become more conscious about the spirit that guides me? I'm going to say it's unlikely, but you know what? I am an optimist, so I'm going to still think it's possible. It's very possible, so I'll leave the negativity out of here, okay? Again, new announcements, ladies and gentlemen, optimistic family. Again, I am now open to take new clients for life coaching. Please see my email in my show notes. Please, only clients that needs coaching or would like to be on my list for future coaching, could be group or in person depending on where you live. Please email me, and solicitors, kindly separate yourself from this conversation if you have anything to advertise. Thank you. So, but in the event, if it's going to be if it's not going to be in person, depending on where you are, it could be via Zoom. We can do certain areas around the world via Zoom depending on your internet service. So that's something we can journey together with. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So just email me your name, first, last name, all your information, and I will contact you either via Zoom or telephone. Okay? Welcome to the family. So anyway, yes, optimistic family. My space is going to be limited. So if you're really serious about having a one-on-one coaching with me or to join our group coaching, please make sure you are sending me information before I get thousands of it. I do apologize ahead of time if I am receiving more than one man can handle. Forgive me, but I will contact you as time permits and send you a email asking you to and letting you know about our wait list. Okay? Anyway, again, for those who are just shining in or skipped a few parts of the episode, yes, you are not hearing incorrectly. The topic of the discussion is what spirit guides you. It's real talk. So let's begin. Oh, wait a minute. I have one more question. Please don't get tired of me for asking too many questions, okay? How can we get understanding without asking questions? My reason for asking a lot of questions, as I mentioned earlier and previously before, is to bring, again, consciousness to you, to get you to start thinking with reason, making you aware and making you mindful, alert. I mean, we can't just simple be a part of anything because you think it's fun, because it looks fun. And this is why in this particular episode, I'm also asking you questions, but I think it's becoming a norm for me now because I can't see you. We're not in a one-on-one session to you. So if I'm going to really be effective, I need to ask you to answer certain questions, kind of like we're playing like a long distance debate. We don't hear each other. We're not talking to each other, but you hear my point, you see your point. Now you compare and make sense which one makes sense sense to you. So I hope this technique will work and help you to get clarity, again, quote unquote, consciousness. Okay, tell you a little bit about me. It's always been, I'm not praising myself or uplifting myself in any way, but it's a good practice, whether you're young, whatever it is, whatever age group you fit in, whatever status, whatever. It is a good practice to always question everything. And I know as a child, my mom used to say, she used to ask a lot of questions. She looked up at these grown adults and she just asked away. If it didn't make sense to her, she wanted to get some understanding. There she is. She asks a lot of questions. So it has stayed with me as a child, and I think it has stayed with me as an adult. So, but I've decided to implement it in my positive talk with you and my coaching. And I hope you like this technique because, again, like I said, I'm speaking to millions of you. I know you're listening out there, the 7 C's Optimistic Family. Hello. Hi. I'm happy you're smiling. You're happy to hear me once again. I am too. Feeling is very mutual. But I decided that I want to be using this technique, which I come up with my theories, my response, but then I ask you questions regarding the topics, ask you to respond to it, and then in turn I respond, and then you do a comparison. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe what I'm saying, you really need to see what you have versus what I have, and just have some realistic output in what seems sensible. All right. Anybody's offended, please don't. I only come with love. So back to the question. Like I said, I ask question now as a child and now, and I want you to do the same. I don't want you to just go with the flow of anything because you think it's cool or because your best friend or groupie is a part of it. I am especially talking to my younger brothers and sisters of different features and sound. You know your beautiful self. Never just go with the flow. Never just go with the flow, guys. Never go with the flow of anything, okay? And last, never be pressured into doing something that don't feel right. If it don't feel right, it's probably not right. So again, I'm calling my younger brothers and sisters, and this is not to exclude anyone that are older. I don't care what age you are. You're never too old to learn, okay? So please tune in. For some of you that are younger, have a young mind. And when you have a young growing mind, okay, I believe it's easy for bad people to manipulate you. Manipulate meaning to use and twist things and just make things colorful that are just not good. So be careful. Right? You don't want to be confused. You don't want your young mind to grow being confused into doing and being a part of things that will make you eventually mad, depressed, or confused. And worse, have a mental and social issues. You don't hear this on the news, but a lot of times when younger people get caught up in the wrong thing, they get all twisted in your mind, and they don't know what is causing them to have this emotional hurricane. And if they really just settle down and just close off themselves for a little bit and write everything down that they can think of that they've ever been part of, they can find that there is something attached to their soul, to their mind and spirit that is causing them to be twisted. That wasn't in my notes. But be mindful because you're young, your mind's growing, you're growing. Hey, matter of fact, I'm still growing. I am being led and trained by a spirit above all of us. I don't know everything. I know a little. But be careful, okay? Be careful. Optimistic family, I am being guided by the spirit to help you shine and never fall in the path of destruction. Hopefully. Don't forget, your Latoya loves you. You hear me? Latoya loves you. I don't care what features or sound you are. You're my family, and I want my family to be all right. Do you hear me? Oh, wait a minute. Guess what? Hold on to your seat. I almost forgot. I have one more question. Don't hurt me. I have one more question for you here. And I'll try to stay on track from now on, okay? Because we don't want you to be listening till tomorrow night. But here's 3 questions. How can you define the meaning of spirit? The second question is, how can you know your true spirit? Ooh, this one is good. And the third and last one in this sentence. Can another spirit control your actions and cause you to become someone you're not? Ooh, I'll repeat that again. Can another spirit control your actions? That sounds weird. Can another spirit control your actions and cause you to become someone you are not? Now, disclaimer, don't go around and do bad things and mischievous things and come back and say, and hear it in the news, oh, another spirit told me to do it, or I did it, but I didn't know how it. No, don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Okay, settle down. Behave yourself. Okay? I know I'm asking strange questions, optimistic family. Please take time and reflect and do really, really ask self questions, everyone. It does not matter your age, your status in life, royals and jewels, wherever you are, of the seven seas, know what spirit guides you. Is it someone else? Who mirror you? Who is mirroring you? When you look in the mirror, are you seeing you, or are you seeing someone you want to be, or someone who you don't want to see? Now, I'm not saying about hating your self-image. This is not what this is about, okay? Let me stay on track. I did promise that. Optimistic family, remember, I told you during this conversation, I will research some more for you, maybe, about a little bit of what I found. Yes, I did do a little bit of research, and I have decided I will not go deep into that spirited world history, because I noticed, based on the little research that I have done, I've seen that it has a long history dated back a long time. And the further I go, it gets creepier and creepier. And its reason just seems so weird. But nevertheless, I found out that, Mexico is a country that honor the dead. They have, it's called the Day of the Dead. Places like Japan, China, and other parts of the world, they celebrate it in some manner. Now, I'm not saying they practice evil or whatever it is, but they do worship the dead to a certain extent that is questionable, in my opinion. And I'm going to leave it there and put a period. But I found out that Celtic culture celebrates spirit, and that culture reason is, like I said, it's way too much in this episode, and I realized that's not the direction I wanted to take this lessons or this episode, okay? But the fact that, I asked a question about Halloween because it kind of ties into the questions I've asked you and the answers that I will be presenting to you today. Yeah, so anyway, optimistic family, just one more thing on that note. Yeah, so the history and stories that I was finding, again, just to explain why I'm not going further into it, yes, it was starting to pull me in too deep into, again, a direction did not want to go. It felt uncomfortable, didn't feel natural, and it didn't feel spiritually natural. It just didn't feel right. So I have decided to stay true, answer a few questions, and advise a few things at today's, because my journey with you as Latoya the optimist, say with me, as my Latoya, as your Latoya the optimist, you can say as my Latoya, as your Latoya the optimist, is to try and stay true to my purpose. You see, I'm trying to live by what I'm saying to you, to try to stay true to my purpose, my spirited self journey, and that is to also always allow the God that control all of this earth and all things to continue to spiritually train and guide me to give you the best advice. So me going digging about spirited, and it's just like, okay, what's going on? So yeah, that's my explanation, and hope that you can rest it there and ask no more questions. So optimistic family, I'm answering these questions based on how things are being revealed to me and how I understand and see it. Also, how the spirited God again shows me. Yes. Now, this is my opinion and my guided thoughts. So I will repeat the several questions that I had in the very beginning, and I'm going to answer them one by one. So hopefully you were obedient and answered them before you continue this recording, because again, I don't want you to hear my points, my view, my thoughts, my theory, and then write your own. I don't want my for me to be in your head when you're answering these questions. I want you to debate. I want you to challenge me in a way to bring good resolution for yourself and to bring consciousness in a good way for yourself. So I'll repeat all the questions and then I'll go individually and answer them, and that will conclude today. The first question was, what is a spirit? What spirit guides you? The third one, how can an individual be guided by other spirit other than their own? The other question is it right to be a part of any type of celebration or cultural practice that uplifts darkness or spirited worship or any type of worship? Worship, cult worship, this, anything that's dark. All right, so here goes. My first question, and I'll repeat, beginning with this episode. The first question we're going to answer now. What is a spirit? Now, look at your answer. Remember what you wrote. Now, hear what I have. What is a spirit? And here's my take. I say your spirit is what gives you life. Your spirit is your internal greatness, your internal treasure, superpower that is untouchable. Yeah. This spirit that's inside of you which holds host in your body, your spirit, consider it your treasure and all the treasures of the world, of your world. It makes all of you, the beautiful you. Guess what? It knows your destiny. It keeps happiness. It holds your happiness inside of you. Yeah. And peace. Did I hear it? Are you hearing me correctly? Okay. Your true spirit itself holds dear to that happiness that inside of you and that peace that you will feel, okay, inside of you. We talked about this in several episodes. Remember? I said no one can remove or destroy this peace and this happiness your spirit that your spirit holds for you, or that your spirit has for you. It is also this spirit that holds these treasure, your happiness and your peace that take host in your body. I say it's like it's your safety deposit box, and the difference between that, a safety deposit box, it's that this safety deposit box cannot be accessed. This box cannot be accessed by anyone or less. Listen, it cannot be accessed by anyone or less you give access to another spirit or spirit of darkness. Call it the it thing, or okay, your spirit cannot be. No one can have access to it. No one can have permission to it, or unless you allow it, or unless you give someone permission to manipulate your spirit. Is it getting weird? Oh yeah. For sure. Are you getting hot? Are you getting tense? I know I am. I agree. Do you want me to repeat this? I'll read it without my twang. I say again, your spirit is what gives you life. Your spirit is your internal greatness, treasure, and superpower that's unreachable. This spirit which holds host in your body. Again, consider your treasure of all treasure. It knows your destiny. It keeps your happiness, your inner glow and peace inside of you. Remember, right? This peace and happiness that your spirit itself holds is your safety deposit box. And like I said, nobody can have access to this unless you gave permission to it or to someone to manipulate it. Yes, I know it's weird, but these are facts. Come on, sisters, brothers. Hello, optimistic family. Before I move on to the other question, know this. Remember when I say in previous episode, it's important to really know yourself. Please know yourself and not please don't carry the identity of anybody. I know you worship them. I know you want to be like them, but this is detrimental. It isn't, you say it slips off your tongue. Oh, you want to imitate this person. You want to be in the shoes of that other person. When you're saying these things, it's almost like it's an invisible door. You're opening that treasure box for another spirit, some other spirited thing, and usually it's not going to be good to now start to interfere with your being, and that is dangerous. Okay, that is dangerous. Again, know yourself and don't carry the identity of anyone else. I don't care how much you love them. Be yourself at all times. Learn the secrets of your heart. Embrace and explore you. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful world inside of you. We all do. Do not open your treasure box to give access to no other spirit, because it might end up really bad for you. It ruin your life, cause a lot of problems. I mean, it's like carrying the spirit of another person. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like carrying the spirit of another person, and this person could be dead or alive. Okay. Oh man, it's like carrying the spirit of another person. This could be dead or alive. I don't want this for you. You want to be you, the royal you. You want to be your spirited self. You want your spirited self that keeps life in your body to feel like it has a place in your body, in your being, in your existence. This way, optimistic family, again, this way, this will allow you to evolve and to truly learn and understand you. Listen, Latoya loves you. I want you to be the best royal you. Please don't take what I'm saying lightly. Now, optimistic family, my second question to you was, what spirit guides you? And I guess I'm going to explain, and how could you know what spirit is guiding you? So take a listen. I'm asking what spirit guides you for a number of reasons, okay? And I will list them. Remember, I am being guided while I talk to you right now. So my dear family, please don't get impatient with my responses. Again, what spirit guides you? I ask. What spirit guides you? I am not asking your neighbor. I am not asking your friend. Don't ask your best friends. Don't ask your co-worker. Don't ask your father, your mother. I'm asking you this question. What spirit guides you? Is it your spirit or is it someone else? Who is it? And if it's not your spirit, then get rid of it fast. All right? What spirit guides you? So I know most of you heard stories such as stuff like this. This is one way you can tell another spirit is guiding you, controlling you, or whatever the case is. You'll hear stuff like, I can't remember what led me into that thing, whatever that is. You hear me correctly? Come on, I know all of you've heard this. I can't remember what led me to do that thing. Mysterious, huh? Or what about this one? What about this one? Someone could say at times, I don't feel like myself. One day I am this and the next I am somebody else. I don't know what's happening to me. I know you've heard that one a lot. What about this other one? I now desire that, oh my, all of a sudden I just have this urge, this desire for this. I don't know what's leading me. I just can't control myself. I keep desiring it. Yes, you feel shame. You feel disgraceful. You feel outside of yourself, but you're still going after it. You have to be stronger, optimistic family. You have to be strong. You are made strong. You are stronger than any mountains out there. Don't allow any other spirit to guide you. Be yourself. Be your true virgin self, the true pure you. Control that. Yes, they have medication and the doctors can help you. But at the end of the day, my optimistic family, my jewels, my royal of the 7 seas, let's be strong together, okay? Am I getting your attention yet? I ask again, what spirits guide you? Your spirit itself that you were born with. My advice is this. If it feels weird and unnatural with everything you do or whatever you're participating into that's leading your true spirit itself somewhere else down a path that is ugly and shameful, then it's not your virgin spirit. It's not your true spirit. Pull away. Be strong, okay? You can do it. You can do it, okay? Now, I have another one. I think I mentioned this in another episode. I think I have another one that says here. Like I said, if any of these feelings like pain and you feel like you're constantly suffering, you're doing things in the dark, night or day, hidden. You have to change your identity. You have to travel from state to state to be something else. You are being led by another spirit that is not good, and I want you to fight it. I want you to release it and bring that virgin spirit out. Your virgin spirit, let it take control and release that awful, disgraceful spirit that is causing you to be twisted, being something that you don't want to be, okay? Get rid of it before it becomes harder. It's almost like a relationship. They say the longer you stay in a relationship, the harder it is for you to break up. The more painful it is. And although it's not something that should naturally be a part of you, it will cause you some pain of separation. That one you have to talk to a doctor about, but I am sure it is going to cause some. But if you love life and self, you could do it. I know you can. So again, know who you really are. Know your spirit itself. And by knowing your spirit itself, it's a secret way of protecting your inner peace. Being true to your spirit itself, holding your virgin spirit that you were born with, is a secret way of protecting your inner peace. Did you hear me? It's a secret way of maintaining your inner shine, your royal shine. Anyway, on to the next topic. The next question. How can an individual be guided by other spirit other than their own? Now, optimistic for on the other question, and that was, again, I'll repeat the question because I'm like getting dizzy talking about this. Again, how can an individual be guided by other spirits other than their own? And this answer is pretty obvious for me anyway. Like I said, I think I kind of emphasized that earlier. Don't welcome, worship, participate, join anything that is unethical, unnatural, that symbolize all levels of evil. I mean, I'll stop right here on my little script. Anything that wants to replace and suppress your spirited self, your virgin spirit that holds your shine, your happiness, your peace. Ladies and gentlemen of the seven seas, here, at home, abroad, from all corners, high and low, anything that is trying to suppress, twist you in a knot of confusion, anxiety, doubt, shamefulness, or cause you to portray any type of shameful behavior, I tell you right now, it is a spirit of darkness. It is evil. Listen, you see it in the movie all the time. Portray evil and good, evil and good. So I'm not getting religious. I'm not getting religious with you. And I know you may not be a Christian, and I don't care what religion you are. We all know a young child, creeping, and an elderly know that good and bad exists. Evil spirits exist. Good spirit exists. And we were all born with good spirit. So if anything that portrays, you find that is making you, or you have allowed and given access to portray hate, to portray anything that will bring shame to you, baby, you are being led. You have somehow given too much access to this other spirit, which is evil. And now you've just lost yourself. Can you find yourself? Absolutely. But you gotta relax. Right? I just thought of something, just came in my mind. You know, a steady bumpy car can't drive smooth on a highway if it's rattling. How are you gonna drive faster and smoother if you're just shaking all and getting all out of control? Relax, calm down, take yoga, whatever it is, calm yourself so your spirit itself can now try to fight and take back control. I mean, look what you hear that's portraying in the news. Hate. And anyone that has any sign of hate is being controlled by something else, or has now taken full form of another spirited self that he or she has accepted. Because you might say, you know what, I don't want this good spirit I was born with. You know, I mean, you have a choice. Everyone, we were born with a virgin spirit that is pure, full of peace and goodness and happiness. We have that forever. But you have a choice to keep it, okay? And you have a choice to refuse anything that can taunt, stain, and rip apart the purity that's in all of us. And this is why I know for a fact anything that is evil and anything that portrays hate is weakness. Hate is weakness. If you see someone that's portraying any type of hate, there are lines and streets of weakness in their life. And I'm not making fun of those people. I'm just saying this is the fact. This is a fact. Don't get trapped in a hate nest. Calm down. Calm down. Relax. I believe meditation, if you're a part of a good religion, or you're not a religion that practices any evil cult, you know what I mean? But any religion that portray peace and embrace peacefulness, goodness, get back into that and calm down so your inner engine can now start, your virgin spirit can now take back what belongs to it. Okay? Now that was not pre-written. Sorry. Let's go back to my script. Now, what did I say here? I wrote here, how can an individual be guided by other spirit other than your own? And I said the answer is pretty obvious, right? So, and again, I'll repeat, don't welcome worship, any type of worship that portrays evil. Don't participate in anything that is dark, that pertains, devilish signs, with clothing, with whatever it is. If you wear it, sing it, dance it, sleep with it, join it, anything. Eat it. You are taking on something else that's not you. You're going to exercise something that you're going to regret. Okay? So don't join anything that's unethical, unnatural, that symbolize any levels of evil. Okay? Okay. So no clubs, no joining clubs. That's mostly, those things are mostly underground. And, they're pretty much known, watching certain things. That could be it too. We have to know when to draw a line. What is your limit? Don't just see everything on television. Don't just go to every clubs, okay? Don't go to every party. All right. Don't go to that secret basement and you don't know anything about. You didn't do any research. It's not known by anyone that you know. Don't do it. Be careful. Don't give access to your pure virgin spirit itself. I say you're virgin because it is something you've always been. It's been with you. Okay. It is your true self. No disrespect. Okay. Getting caught up in all this other stuff will just get you all messed up. And then your spirit virgin self will be stained. Okay, we don't want that. All right. So if you truly love self and life, fight and pull away from hate, because it's just pure weakness. Okay, pull away from it. Right. It's using your body, whatever it is, to replace your true self. I hope I've answered that question. So sorry, I got a little out of control there. So again, don't forget, I'm available with limited space for life coaching to see. Please see my link. And then my last question that I asked you is it right to be a part of any type of celebration or culture? I think I pretty much answered, but I'll reiterate. And my answer is, Optimistic family, be cautious in being a part of anything again. Do your research, okay? You don't want to be a part of something that you don't know anything about. It's just, it's like walking blind. Don't want to be a part of anything that's going to ruin that virgin self, put you in a twist. Your goal is to grow in your virgin spirit, to evolve into something great, and to carry and have no shame. Do your research. Not only, be careful of the books you're reading as well. I didn't mention that earlier, but yeah, books too. All right. My simple answer is, most times, guys, Optimistic family, listen, most time your spirit itself will tell you, listen, it's not right. Don't do it. You will feel this bad feeling in your gut. You hear me? You'll feel a bad gut feeling. That gut feeling is not just a gut feeling. That's the higher power saying, run, stay away. That gut feeling is warning. Don't do it. Stay away. Okay, don't be mindful. Run, stay away. Okay, now let me add this. You will not hear this in the mainstream or anything. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Again, this is not to offend anyone. I want to bring consciousness in a positive way. I apologize if I come off offensive. I don't mean to, but this is real talk. I don't think I did say anything that should have been out of character that should offend anyone. But again, I must say, you should not be offended. This is out of pure love, straight from my spring. And like I said, a lot of people, individual, somehow get caught up into another spirit. And when that happens, it's guiding your mind and your body, and you will end up again going mad. Some of you will get institutionalized, and some of them are still institutionalized for years and years, because whatever they got caught up in, they're gone, they're done. So you want to be strong, because you don't want to be on any behavioral medication, you don't want to be diagnosed for multi-personality. You don't want any of that nonsense. So always ask questions, always be conscious, be true to yourself and your spirited self, okay? And hopefully that will give you and keep you with clarity. My optimistic family, I know this was a lot to take in. It was a lot for me. It was creepy, weird, but something resonated in me, and something that I've seen and somewhat experienced that brought me to share this wisdom with you. It took me along because I have other things that I could talk to you about days ago, over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But this one I had to wait. I wanted to wait. And plus I posted Model Hope, and I wanted you guys to really listen to Model Hope. Model Hope, if you haven't listened to it, please do. Spread it around the 7 seas. I know, again, it's a lot to digest, but please stay alert, be conscious, stay true to your royal self, live to learn to live, and don't forget, support healthy mind, healthy living, support positive talk. And how are you going to do that? By buying me a coffee. Alright, this way I'm obligated regardless. But seriously, any support would be appreciated. So until next time, ciao.